"You're not her!" cried the son. Billionaire dad realized the maid was his child's real mother. In the heart of New York stood a glass and steel mansion that looked perfect from the outside. People said it belonged to one of the richest men in the city, Adrian Cole, a man who had everything: money, power, respect. But inside that beautiful mansion, lived a very lonely little boy. His name was Leo. Leo was 7 years old. He had big brown eyes and a quiet voice. He had every toy a child could dream of, but no one to hold him when he had nightmares. No one to sing to him when he couldn't sleep. His father was always busy. And his mother had vanished 7 years ago. Adrian rarely spoke about her. One rainy afternoon, a new maid arrived at the mansion. Her name was Maya. She wore a simple uniform and kept her head low. Her hands trembled slightly as she entered the house, but no one noticed except Leo. The moment his eyes met hers, something felt familiar. That night, Adrian brought a woman home. She was beautiful, well-dressed, and smiling too much. "This is Victoria," Adrian told Leo. "She will be your new mother." Leo stared at her. Something felt wrong. Her perfume was too strong, her smile too fake. When she leaned down and said, "Hello, sweetheart," Leo stepped back. Then he shouted, "You're not her." The room went silent. Adrian frowned. "Leo, that's rude." "I don't care," Leo cried, eyes full of tears. "She's not my mom." Victoria's smile tightened. "He just needs time." That night, Leo couldn't sleep. His heart felt heavy. He walked quietly through the hallway until he reached the kitchen. And there, he saw Maya. She was washing dishes, humming a soft, broken lullaby. It was the same lullaby Leo remembered. The one his real mother used to sing. Mama," he whispered. Maya froze. She turned slowly. Tears filled her eyes. "No," she said softly. "I'm just the maid." But Leo ran toward her and hugged her tightly. "You feel like her," he whispered into her chest. "You smell like her." Maya closed her eyes and hugged him back even though she wasn't supposed to. From that night on, Leo stayed close to Maya. He followed her, helped her, sat quietly while she cleaned. He laughed for the first time in years. Adrian noticed. "Why is my son suddenly so happy?" he asked the head butler. "He spends most of his time with the new maid, sir," the man replied. Adrian was annoyed. "A servant is not a toy for my son," he said coldly. But one evening, Adrian came home early. He walked past the kitchen. And he heard laughter. Inside, he saw Leo sitting on the floor, coloring pictures while Maya sat beside him. She was telling him a story softly. "I used to tell you this one when you were very small," she whispered. Adrian froze. "Excuse me," he said sharply. Maya stood up quickly, lowering her head. "I'm sorry, sir." He looked at her face properly. For the first time. Her eyes. Her lips. Her voice. His heart skipped a beat. "Where are you from?" he asked. Maya swallowed. "From a small town, sir." "What was your full name, before you came here?" "Maya Hart." Adrian felt the floor disappear under his feet. Because 7 years ago, his wife's name was Melissa Hart. "Tell me the truth," Adrian said, voice shaking. "Who are you?" Maya's hands trembled. "I didn't want to come here," she whispered. "I didn't know this was your house." Tears rolled down her face. I was in a terrible accident. I lost my memory. I was told my child died. I had nowhere to go. I I became what they called me. Silence filled the room. She's lying, Victoria's voice suddenly said from the doorway. She had been listening. You fired her, Victoria said to Adrian. She's confusing the child. No, Leo screamed. He ran and stood in front of Maya, spreading his small arms. She's not lying. She's my real mama. The words cracked the air. The room went still. Adrian stared at his son. Then at Maya. His hands began to shake. He ordered DNA tests. He didn't sleep for 3 nights. When the envelope arrived, his hands could barely open it. 99.9% match. The maid was his son's real mother. His lost wife. Adrian fell to his knees. He walked to Maya and knelt in front of her. I thought I lost you, he whispered. I thought you left us. I thought my child was dead, she cried. They lied to me. Leo ran into their arms and hugged them both. For the first time in 7 years, he was home. Victoria was removed from the mansion that same night. And slowly, very slowly, the family began again. Maya didn't wear a maid's uniform anymore. She wore Leo's drawings on the fridge. She wore Adrian's hand in hers again. And every night, the same lullaby filled the halls. The one Leo had never forgotten. The one his heart always remembered.